call the meeting to order. It is October 15th, meeting of the Rockdale County Recreation Commission, and thank you everybody for coming. We really appreciate your attendance, particularly today. We'll start with introductions. You want to go ahead and start?
I'm Darrell Holmes. I'm over at the County for 7 years.
Robin Area Commission.
That's Jeff Rowe, Rec Commission.
Andrew Hammer, Suffolk County.
Craig McCullough, Bluffs Rec, Suffolk Beach.
Jackie Lunsford, Recreation and Senior Services.
Justin Benton, Commission Board.
Dottie Balla, Recreation Board.
Barbara Kilpatrick, Lots.
Kelly Thompson, Recreation Committee.
David Smith, Recreation and Maintenance Department.
Okay, great. Let's see, do we have the minutes for? Okay, if you'll take a second, do we have the minutes from the last meeting here?
Yes, they're on the back.
Okay, on the back of the agenda, we've got the minutes from September 17th. If you would take a look at that right quick, and we can vote on approving them. And when you get done, could I have a motion?
Make a motion that we accept the minutes.
Okay, thank you. The minutes for September 17th are approved. Okay, the unfinished business, Millstead Park. We, in a meeting on June 18th, go ahead.
You have to approve the minutes of September also. June 18th.
Okay,
And that's in your other packet.
okay. On the back of the September 17th agenda are the meeting minutes for June 18th, which we also need to have approved. If you would take a look at those right quick, and then let me have a motion.
Make a motion that we accept the minutes.
Thank you. Thank you. The minutes for June 18th are approved. Okay. On June 18th, we had talked about the Millstead Park renovations. We discussed that. And we kind of tabled the discussion, and we're not supposed to do that. So we need to make a motion to not to move forward at this time on the Millstead Park until we have another community meeting and get the Board of Commissioners input. So, could I hear a motion to table that discussion?
Motion to remove. That's what we did last time.
Okay, so we're going to remove the motion? Okay, so we're going to remove the motion. So do we need that to be approved?
Yeah, you want to make a motion to remove that from your agenda. You're gonna make a motion to defer any action on that until such time.
Yes.
Okay.
I make the motion to defer whatever he said.
Yes.
To defer that motion.
Okay, we need a second.
Second.
Okay, thank you. It is approved that we have removed that from our discussions. Whew. Okay, any other old business? No old business? Any new business? Okay, then we have a splash recreation.
You can. I don't have much to report. We're haven't brought anything recently because our next full splash meeting is a week from tonight. And we're only meeting quarterly now, so not much to bring up from there. I can just say that the things we're doing are rolling along. I did see in your report that the UV system is not only in here, but that it's working. I'm very happy with that. We're waiting on a few other design things on Wheeler Park, waiting on contracts for our tennis court resurfacing, still waiting on some stuff for the trails. I guess the question I need to ask, and just because I wasn't here last month and we didn't meet the prior month, is in general, where are we with Minnesota Park and what do we need to expect plan-wise and dollar-wise? I'm looking at anybody. I just need,
I think we
We need
need
some
to,
direction for our meeting.
we need to meet back with the community.
With the community and also with the Board of Commissioners, I think the staff was kind of in agreement that because of the season that we're in, and because of all the other events going on, that this is one of those where if we're gonna do something at Millstead Park, we need to make sure we do the right thing for the community, the right thing, fiscally responsible, and also, like I said, for the community. I don't think we wanna rush into anything, and that's kind of why we were saying, all right, the community has one thing in mind, budgets are often, tight this year, tight next year. Like I said, we're in the middle of election season, so I think with all of those things coming around, I think the idea was, why don't we wait until, give it plenty of time for some things to clear up, for us to get past November, January, and revisit it with the Board of Commissioners when their agenda is a little clearer, and then we'll have a better picture of what financially we have for budgets next year. So that's kind of what our.
So you think
But we
that,
also want to have another community.
Yes, that's
So the
correct.
community
That's
meeting is
correct.
gonna happen
Yes.
before.
well, that's what I was gonna ask,
Anything
what's gonna come first, the egg or the chicken?
My thoughts on the matter, and Jackie can jump in here, maybe she has a different idea. My thoughts were to meet with the BOC first, to meet with the commissioners first, to find out what they had in mind for budgets for next year, and what their representation was going to be as far as leadership of the county would be. And then we can go back to the community and say, okay, here's the options that we have. This is, staff's idea, it's the community's idea, and this is where the Board of Commissioners comes in and wants to weigh in on that. Because ultimately, no matter what we do here and SPOS does, when it goes to the board has to decide what is going to happen with the park, what is not going to happen with the park.
What I heard last meeting about this meeting, I wasn't present at the meeting that was held at Millstead, was that there was really not a general consensus from the community exactly what they wanted. If you wanted this, if you wanted this, what I thought they wanted, what anywhere and what they wanted. So I'm assuming that they need to get together to decide on really what focus and what future they want for there, or what vision they see. So someone telling them what vision they need.
There isn't a consensus in the neighborhood either. Jackie had with her, I think last meeting or the meeting before that,
I have some, if anyone needs them.
the consensus from the community was entirely different. Some of them wanted their pool back, some of them wanted, one thing, there were like 3 or 4 different things that they wanted, so.
And you could encourage them to meet as a group and be prepared.
I attended the meeting, and I'm just wondering, I guess my concern would be, have we received any feedback from them in the lapse of period of time saying, look, have you guys just forgotten about us or anything like that? We hear anything like that from the community?
Well, I thought I was going back to them with the cost of some of this stuff and see what their opinion was going to be.
I think the problem is, the cost is going to depend on what we do. Are we going to just rehab the pool, or are we going to redo the pool, or are we going to do something else? There's so many options out there that like they said, there's not really a consensus on. I mean, if we go back and have a meeting, what do we say? What options, do we give them 100 options? Do you give them options that they might prefer, but the county can't afford? I mean, how did that, I think there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of, like you said, there's not any real clear focus on what that ought to be, either from the community, or from the county, so. I think
But if they
everything
called
we need to
today
work that through.
and said, what's happening, what do we say to them? So if the community activists call and say, where you guys at, what is our stock answer to it?
I think our answer is, and Andrew said it, and I'll reiterate it, with the lack of a consensus that they had there, there were many different things they wanted. I couldn't, as a department director, go to the board and lobby for that pool being rehabbed. I just don't think it's the right location. We don't have enough room, we don't have parking, we don't have restrooms. To me, that just doesn't make financial sense. We also have, even if we were going to do that, we recognize that we couldn't have gotten it done for 2012. So whatever, if we were going to do anything with a water feature, whether it was a pool or a splash park or whatever, we were going to have to look beyond 2012. Then we also took into consideration the potential that the board may change. And that is a factor that you have to take into consideration. There may be one or two other people that become commissioners that may have a different vision for what they want to see done with our SPLOST dollars in the Mill State community. So, we didn't want to take any one person's decision. It's not totally my decision, and it shouldn't be totally the decision of the chairman of the board of commissioners, whoever it might be, without the input of the community. So once our thought was, okay, we can't do anything for 2012, so let's defer that. Let's, as he said, let's get through this new budget that we're trying to adopt, that the board's trying to adopt. Let's get the election behind them, see what who all the partners are, then go back to the community and say, okay, now, let's start over, let's go at it again. And here's what we can do, what we can't do, and here's why, what would you like to do, go from there.
So you won't meet with them until after the first of the year?
That was my
Okay.
potential plan, yes.
And keep in mind, the focused SPLOST was set up to go in there and totally change the character of that park. So that's kind of where the train's going, and because of the community input, and they said, wait a minute, we don't know if we want that. And what we're kind of saying is, all right, since that was where the train was going, and they don't necessarily want it exactly like that, let's just stop, refocus, get all the stakeholders back together, and sort of rethink and start over, go back to the drawing board.
But do you think they could meet without us and decide?
They could, if it was, you talking about the community? Who would
The
facilitate?
other
They could, but somebody would have to kind of step up and be the
Yeah,
leader.
who would facilitate?
And the other thing
Yeah,
is,
right.
how much are they willing, if we do put a pool there, how much are they willing to pay per day? So it's something that's not budgeted. So this is budgeted here, but what was would that payment for us to break even? That's something that's important that we need to know. Once we know how much it is, and once we know what our direction is, is it affordable?
Barbara has an email from a person that lives out there that she sent her an email. It's dated April 20th, and it's about what this person's feelings would be if there were restrooms unattended. She says that the neighborhood has a lot of rental houses, that there's a broad spectrum of people, and that she thinks it's kind of scary to have a building that anyone could access next to a child's swing and play area. She just wanted to put that thought in the mind of the SPLOST committee and the rec board, so that you do some heavy thinking about it.
And we heard that message tonight in the meeting.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why we just decided, well, we need to back up a little bit here, because it's, this is not necessarily just totally our vision.
You
It's
want to do
in
it
their
every month,
stewardship.
just scan it and send
Okay.
it to them. I can go through this.
Well, no, I didn't really have so much of a part question as just a kind of a when question, because we commit certain dollars to certain levels, and some other based on time. And I would just want to have an idea of when. I mean, I'd be much better prepared for that if I know that y'all aren't going to meet until 2013 to discuss that.
And in our stock answer, we definitely don't want to wait until the election.
No, we don't want to say that. Okay.
It's my understanding also is that the tennis court resurfacing is on the agenda for tomorrow, is that correct?
The contract with Tower, yes.
Yes. But once that approved, it's probably not gonna be the right weather time to do it now, and probably wait till warms up, is that the plan?
that's it.
Just if anybody has any questions.
Anybody have any questions on the squash committee? Nate? Hello, Sam. Okay, so on to the recreation report.
Okay, aquatics, the association agreement is almost finalized, we're done for this year. The tryouts for the swim league have been completed, and they have 37 new participants to join the swim league. And the first home meet of the season will be at Johnson Park on October the 27th, and the building will be closed for that. One thing that they're very excited about in the swimming pool is that the water extractor, the swimsuit suit make machine is now working again. So it's been a while. So they're very excited that that's working again.
What does that do?
It takes the water out of your bathing suit. It's a semi-dries it. It takes the water out. It spins it dry like a spin cycle.
With you in it?
Hopefully you
Does
take
that
it
work?
off.
I had one of those at Six Flags.
Yeah. I would suggest taking it off first since it's only this big.
So it's a box that you put your batting suit in? and
Yeah, it's just a little tiny machine. So, and it's right in there, so anybody can use it. Senior Center, they were just amazingly busy. 231 activities in September. There were 76 health and wellness, 148 leisure activities, and others. There's a total attendance of 2,649 people during 19 service days.
Wow.
They served 1,583 meals and 805 minutes of transportation and over 1,636 hours of volunteer hours. Really busy place. We had several different classes there, and there's an arthritis exercise program that's ongoing. That's wonderful. They had a fall prevention workshop, and that's really important for seniors. There were 25 seniors participated in the Georgia Golden Olympics in Warner Robins. They were in all different sports. We made several different medals. We had several medal winners. We hope to have an award ceremony at the Board of Commissioners meeting, work session, or regular voting session beginning in November for the team. So they're just, so we have 3 staff that have been on the Georgia Golden Olympics Planning Committee, and we were very busy down there. Bob Nunnery is also director of tennis for the Warner Robins Georgia Golden Olympics, and he did a great job too. So we were also responsible for Wii Bowling. So one of our seniors is a Wii bowler that brought it to the Georgia Golden Olympics this year. Rentals, we had total attendance 2,370. The Rockdale County Auditorium had 5 events, which included Covington Conyers Choral Guild, a church play, and we've had many events. JP Carr Community Room had 15 events. We have everything there now, from weddings, voter registration, birthday parties, classes, and different county functions. And I believe it's rented through into January now for weekends. The Rockdale Government Annex had 18 events, and we have many things going on there. Voter registration is going on there now. Vote Back starts tomorrow. That's run by Senior Services. It's going to be tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We have many other things that hunter safety courses, and basketball gym rentals have been up, Pine Log Pavilion, all of that was South Rockdale Pavilion, Wheeler Pavilion. They're very busy. 29 rentals in the month, and just very, very busy with our rentals. Start Smart Football. We had 12 participants aged 3 to 5 years of age, and we're going to have some new programs. they're doing a great job with our Start Smart. And we have homeschool PE, Start Smart basketball, youth basketball registration, Aqua Zumba. And we are advertising, we have the fall yard sale, Disney on Ice babysitting, and we have our big annual Halloween fest. Last year we had 500 people, the kids that came for it, and that is on October the 26th. And we had about 500, we're expecting more this year for our annual Halloween fest. Therapeutic recreation, they've had lots going on. They've been traveling a lot, and they've also had the Special Olympics bocce tournament. They also went to the softball. They went to the state games, and they just got back. That was last weekend, and very, very busy with Special Olympics. And Daryl has athletics and tennis.
Tom returns safely from his cruise with his folks.
He leaves next week.
I thought, well, where was he last week?
He was in Mexico.
Oh, I thought he was on his cruise. I thought he was
No, he was on vacation.
You can tell he had some sun. Okay, athletics, fall softball's going on right now. We got about 300 adults playing. We hosted a co-ed tournament and then a couple of one-pitch tournaments. The youth leagues are all in their fall season. Soccer, of course, about 1,200 kids playing. And, no, about 900 kids and 300 adults, I believe it was. And girls softball, we were about 360 participants. I don't have the baseball and football numbers yet. When this was written, it said we were currently registered for youth basketball and are partnering with a guy to host a free clinic. Well, Coach Somerville, who runs an AAU program, hosted a clinic this Saturday. We had about 80 kids. It went real well. He went out and solicited some, Gatorade and free water for the kids, and 3 or 4 of the recreation league coaches came out and volunteered and worked all day, and it went real smooth. We had a 3.5-hour session in the morning for the little ones and a 3.5-hour session in the afternoon for the older kids. Special thanks to Coach Somerville, and we'll try to give him some recognition by the board for coming out and spending all that time working with them. We also have an adult basketball league that's ongoing right now. It's the first time adult summer basketball has made in a couple of years. I think I've been doing this about 10 years. It's about the second time we've had a summer league, so we're happy with that. Tennis, the Rockdale Tennis Center has 398 members right now, which is an all-time high for them. They sponsored some play days for USTA play days where kids just could come out and play free and you get instruction. I don't want to go over everything. Bob's reordered 4 court nets are to be replaced at the tennis center. These are under warranty. So if you play on a net that looks like it needs to be replaced, they're going to be replaced. And the manufacturers are sending us, those 4 tennis court nets. We're also going to replace one of the nets here at Johnson Park and the net at Richardson, and we're in the process of getting those nets. Those aren't under warranty, they're so old, so we're getting those replaced. And Bob found out that his Jack Kaler tournament has been nominated for the tournament of the year at the USDA. So that's pretty much it.
So, I just want to make a comment about the senior center. I hadn't been over there in a while, not in, God, I don't know, a year or more, I guess. I was amazed at how great that place looks. It's beautiful. Spotless clean, I will say. I was really very impressed.
Who does your cleaning?
Huh?
I asked her who does her cleaning.
We have a county crew, and we have a good county crew, and we have a lot of volunteers too.
It looks so much bigger to me than it did when and I know it's been kind of, the walls have been pushed out just a little bit, but it looks really, really good. Really nice. I'm proud of it. Congratulations. I'm sure it's for everything. Okay. Do we have any public comments?
I'll go.
You're the public.
I am. Jackie, how about the Halloween thing this month?
We,
Volunteers,
we are looking for volunteers.
count me in.
Okay,
Okay.
all
I've
right.
got it on my calendar already.
26th, Friday night.
It's Friday night, the 26th, and volunteers are gonna get here at about 5:30. And we're gonna be giving out armbands, candy, we've got the jumpy houses, we're expecting a lot of kids this year. But our contact is Jamili Sandy at the, here at Johnson Park. So, anyone else would like to volunteer, I'm sure that, and we also need some candy. So we're collecting candy and plastic pumpkins. So if anybody wants to help out with that project, we need a lot of candy. With 500 kids last year, we think we're probably going to have twice that this year.
Do you have anybody donating candy right now?
Yes, we've had some donated.
And how about pumpkins? How many pumpkins?
We have about, I think she said we had 500 now. So
Using them to line the trail.
we give it to the kids for their games and for, yes. They get to have.
So you need 500 plus if you're expecting more than 500.
And we do have to charge a little bit because of all the expenses. We haven't been able to get donations to cover it all. So there's a small fee, it's just a couple dollars, but that helps us. And, not having a county budget for this kind of event helps us with, the people coming in that they can pay a couple dollars. And the rest is donated, so it doesn't come out of the county funds.
Couple of dollars means $2?
$2 to $3. I think that's where she is right now.
Two, I think.
I think she said $2.
Okay.
Yes, but she was waiting for a few more donations, and we did get 2 jumpy houses this year, bouncy houses, and instead of 1. So that's going to be.
Do you know where that's coming from?
No, I don't. She did mention it. Yeah, do you know what the vendor?
No, I do know that
She mentioned it.
he donated one, and we rented one. That was nice of him, when we asked him, he said he.
Do you know who it was that, no, okay.
If I heard the name right there.
What was it, Burgess Amusement? Was it Burgess Amusement?
I don't think so, no.
She mentioned it, but yeah, I can let you know.
I'm just curious because I know someone that has a ton of those. It's her business, but, she could get some
Is she in the
exposure
county?
to 500 kids. She might have one foot in the county. I know that she used to live here, and she went to school at Heritage High School, so I know.
Okay.
She used to have her business here, but she might have moved it, like in something, but I'm not sure, I'll find out.
You can get, if she wants to call Jamili, that would be great.
Okay.
Jackie, what if someone doesn't have the $2 or $3?
You're gonna be there giving it out.
I don't know if she has scholarship money or not, but I'm not sure how she's gonna work that this year. So hopefully we can work that one out.
Go ahead, see.
Although I don't know how many
Yeah,
$2 I'm gonna have in my pocket, so.
I know you got application for new board member to the Park Committee.
Yes.
Any progress on those you'd like to talk about?
Well, we have one opening now, and we have received 4 applications. So I think moving forward at this point, what we'll do is, there's an application for someone who has basketball knowledge, who's a coach. There's someone who has trail knowledge, who's an athlete. There's someone who is a bike, that's a cyclist. We have someone who has experience with ADA and all, and that with these special needs population. So we have different people, and it's a great representation. So when we send those, what we will do is put that down next to the name and I'll send them to Jennifer, who will forward them on to the the
That's
commissioners.
great. Sounds like
So
you've got
they
some
will
really great-
choose from those 4 people.
Sounds like you've got some great applicants. That's
Yes, I
great.
think we do. I think we have 4 good applicants, so.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, is there any comment from the board?
A question on the contract for the tennis center. Is that up for renewal now?
Yes. It was, it's in the bids and submitted, and the analysis and decision-making is underway.
Is that a multi-year contract?
Yes.
Okay.
In the interim, it was, the current contract was extended 3 months, is that correct?
And through the end of December.
Right.
Who makes that decision?
The board ultimately decides. There's a committee, and they will analyze the bids and make a recommendation, and then it's presented to the board, and they'll decide.
Is that a 4-year contract?
You know, I just,
Plus extension.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I just want to say, Sheriff Franklin used to say, a big thank you. I'm telling you, hearing so many good things about the programs, things we had at the park. After being in this county for 20-something years, 30-something years, to see everything going on from tennis to trails, and individuals are talking about it. My wife, I know she walked the trails, and you really hear it. It transcends communities and zip codes, and if that's truly something that's nonpartisan, I think we made it nonpartisan here with this part of it. I guess my only thing is, you get testimonies from people. What about any more press on it that we can get? Maybe we need to get Sam to get off the BOC watch and start the auto seat recreation watch. This is a great secret, right? I don't know about secret or not, but it's great for the county. I tell you, it'll be.
I agree with you.
I totally agree with Chester. This park, the management of this park has been great. It's all about bringing residents that we want into Rockdale County and providing those services. The trail, this part of the trail is a huge asset. Now, of course, we got these runners that keep blocking up the
It
trail.
stays packed.
But it is, it's a great thing.
That's
You
what
got
you want.
runners, you got cyclists, you got walkers, it's a safe place to walk. I know the sheriff department and the city of Commerce is watching it pretty close. So it's a great avenue. The staff is to be commended.
That's right.
There's all kinds of.
Oh, no, that's something else.
He'll get me back next Saturday.
I'm surprised at how many people are walking Parker Road.
Yeah.
That's a good one, it's flat.
Well, it's downhill, it's uphill going back downtown.
Actually, it's uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways.
It is. I mean, honestly, if you leave Johnson Park here and go to Flat Shoals, it's uphill going up to Flat Shoals. And let me tell you what, coming back from Flat Shoals back here,
Power lines.
that hill rivals what you got out of South Rockdale that little bit.
By the power line.
That thing, man, is tough. It'll put a hurt on you.
Since it goes under the power lines, we've already nicknamed it Old Sparky. But I'll tell you, when we've been out there, I don't think I've seen less than 20 people at any time.
Yep.
Yeah, all the
It is great.
that have walked this circle for years have now started to venture and go down.
They already right there. The thing, when I come out here in the morning, I don't come out as much as I'd like to. But the people that walk from 6 to about 8:30, they're coming out here at 6 o'clock still, walking in the dark with their flashlights around the backside of this trail. And once it hit daylight, they take off boogity down that path, down the Flat Shoals. It's great. And there's a guy that's got a bad back that walks out here just about every morning. And he walked that trail. It's really hard to believe. He doesn't walk it real fast, but he does walk both ways. So it's really great.
Okay, any other board comments? motion to adjourn?